Hello, everybody. Today I'm here with the next set of levels for Dr. Mario World, and we're showcasing Dr. King Boo today. Here he is, and as you can see, for his skill, he eliminates 4 random viruses. Even special viruses like floating viruses, he will completely eliminate. So right away, I'm just going to say that's a pretty great skill, and we see that it comes in handy quite a bit, and I was able to beat all these levels with King Boo. So he's definitely helpful. I also think in part is because these levels are mostly pretty easy. But anyways, we're going through this first one. We've got these electric boxes, which I guess are green coins really, but I'm going to stick to calling them electric boxes. And for this one, it's interesting because King Boo will eliminate most of the viruses for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And the electric boxes are actually in bubbles, so if you clear out the viruses underneath them, they will fall down and you will get the blue coins from them. So you really don't even need to hit the electric box if you don't want to. All you need to do is get King Boo's skill, get rid of all the viruses, and then that's it. All the blue coins are unlocked just by having the bubbles move. So that's one way to do it for sure. Now obviously to get points you're gonna have to clear out some things, so I basically clear out half the level here, and then obviously the electric bombs will actually help with the remaining part of that. They'll hit their remaining viruses a bit and give you a lot of points for doing that. And here all the viruses are gone except for that blue one and this red one, which I will have to clear out, but again, these electric bombs will really help you out. And they're all along both the left and right side, so there's plenty to go around. Really, you could beat the level just by hitting those, pretty much. And there we go. That was pretty quick, actually. It just went so fast because there's so little to do. And my least favorite prize of 3 hearts is pretty disappointing to get from that. But whatever, we're going into the next stage. And this was... I had to retry 2 of them. I actually beat a lot of these stages on my first try, which was nice. I had to retry this one once. And I think that was mostly because I hit the shell right away. And, it doesn't save you all that much, but I just barely lost. And I think that shell could have actually helped me to win. And also I didn't know exactly what I was doing here, but you really should start heading for these coins right away. Because towards the end of the level, all you'll be doing is trying to get to the viruses, and it's kind of hard to do so with the caged up coins. Now if you can line up some viruses there, it works out pretty well. And if King Boo gets a lucky hit and you're able to get to some of those coins in the middle a little bit easier, the level will go a lot nicer for you. And I was not able to get that to happen here, but the level still went fine. I'm just saying if he is able to do that, it would be a lot easier. It's still possible even if you don't have a character that's doing that. But it is kind of annoying to get to the middle coins here, and you basically just have to start clearing stuff out. To clear out the 2 middle ones is nice because that clears everything out there. I also got a really lucky hit with King Boo actually because he allowed me to hit that top coin that's right up against the cages, which is usually super annoying, and if you're having trouble with this stage, you probably know what I'm talking about. So if you can get a lucky hit with that, that's great as well. So now I've unlocked the coins here, and I can go for that shell whenever I'd like, but I can also use the coins and the shell as a platform to get these 2 blues that are nicely lined up with each other. So I'm going to want to do that before I actually hit the shell. But then after that I can hit the shell whenever I like. There's 1 more coin remaining as well that I will have to go for at some point. I don't need the reds, so I can use the reds I get for that. And now I can bring this blue down here and actually use the blues over here, get some extra points. It was not at all necessary, kind of a show-off move, honestly. But you can do that as well. So I completed that one with a lot of capsules remaining, which is just kind of surprising that I was even able to fail a couple of times. But actually for all these levels, King Boo I think was suggested twice in their recommended doctors, or the best doctors I guess, which is kind of cool, and it kind of works out that I was able to showcase him in this set of levels here. I think it was for the first one and the last one he was suggested. But this one is kind of strange, and I was worried about points on this one as well, because you really aren't doing much. Legitimately, the strategy is to let things spawn in. You're getting bombs, cannons, and shells all spawning in, And they're going to do everything for you. It's really hard to get into those crates. They're frozen and completely boxed up as much as they can be. So even bringing in, if you brought in Roy, would it still work even though they're iced? I don't even know. But a lot of them are fully iced, some of them are half iced. And you're really just going for all the pink coins. Especially when you bring in someone like King Boo, who will only go for the viruses at first. Even though obviously the cannons and bombs will hit those viruses pretty quickly as well. No matter how you play, they'll be gone pretty quick. And you really want these bombs to spawn in the right spots, and then hoping that cannons line up nicely, either with bombs or with the actual blocks themselves that you need to hit. There are blocks all along the bottom that will be absolutely necessary for you to hit with either a bomb or a cannon, unless obviously you bring in someone like Wendy, who I think is probably the best character you could bring in for this one. Because like you can see here, all I have left are the blocks. So the thing I'd worry about though is that you need a lot of points, and you do get a lot of points for blowing up everything and getting all the shells and the cannons, and hitting the crates as well, I suppose. But other than that, I mean, you're not going to be getting points all that much. I know you get a lot of points for capsules, but I don't even know if it would be enough. It probably would be, and I'm just exaggerating a bit, but I guess I just don't really know what to say, because you really are just putting things down and collecting some points, and if you can hit any of the blocks yourselves, you might as well do so, but you really are just waiting for some things to spawn for you. And at this point here, there's just some awkwardly placed things here. And also, remember the blocks. The cannons can't go through them. I just tried to hit that cannon there, and it didn't go through. Luckily, I was able to hit it with a bomb there. And King Boo has a chance of hitting the blocks as well, though he will go for crates too, which can be kind of annoying. I wonder if he can just go for bombs straight up as well. But that one I hit manually, and again, I was worried about points because it looks like you need a lot. But you don't actually need all that much, and it was probably a little close, but I think I was fine with the amount of capsules I had. So try to shoot for the number I had there. Moving to the next one, I thought this one was super easy. And I kind of, I don't know, it's lined up nicely and it's kind of fun to do actually, and it's another opportunity for me to show one of my strategies I like to do, where you put two of the same color up next to each other, so that when you're clearing things going back down, it's a lot easier. Like now I only have to bring a red down to hit both of those again, and another yellow will do the same. Now right here I'm trying to debate what to do, and I decide to do this so I can get to the red lock quickly. And as soon as I get those yellows out of the way, that blue one won't even be on top of them anymore, so it's not a big deal. I want to hit all the yellows at the same time anyways. And now I would, after I've already played the level, I would suggest that you go for the locks as quickly as you can. Like right now I'm going to start working on this other side here, because I want to get to that lock, and also because I had these yellows that I wanted to use as well, which I think I actually ended up using to clear the actual stage. And I sit here for a second and kind of think about how I want to do this, because I set it up kind of awkwardly, and I probably should have done it differently. But bringing these in, I'm able to hit this, and now I realize that this lock is on top, so all I have to do is hit it there. Bringing one more yellow down will do the trick. In some ways, King Boo is actually counterintuitive in this one, because everything is lined up really nicely, and you don't actually want him to clear some of the viruses sometimes. So maybe you want to even just like hold off on using a skill until you have a few viruses remaining, because if you line up everything nicely, it should clear out a lot quicker than even I did it. Like, you shouldn't have these reds and yellows by themselves on the bottom. They should have all been lined up at some point and have been able to be cleared by them, or by each other. But either way, at this point now, I'm just waiting to get King Boo's skill one more time, and he will do the rest for me. So there we go. And again, I was a little worried about points, but I knew there wasn't a lot on stage, so I should be fine. And yeah, it's pretty apparent there that I get enough. So moving to the last one was one of the ones that I had to try. I think I did it 3 times. And King Boo was actually one of the ones that they suggest to bring in for this one, so it wasn't even the problem of bringing in King Boo. He actually is pretty helpful, just because there are floating viruses on stage, and there are 30 of them. I guess, no, they're not all floating viruses, but there are quite a bit of floating viruses, either way. So basically what I would suggest, and is kind of really important to do actually, is to go for the coins at the top right away. It's another one of those situations where there are some caged coins, and it's going to be really beneficial for you to go for these coins up top as quickly as you can. Now obviously you have to unbubble them all and then hit them again once they've already been unbubbled. And doing that will just mean that when you're clearing things towards the bottom of the stage, they will actually hit the coins instead of having to go back for them later. You'll save quite a bit of capsules by doing so. It is definitely possible to, just do it however you'd like, because I was very close doing it that way many times, and ended up just doing it this way because it ended up being easier, and I finished with a good amount of capsules too. But yeah, just try to be as efficient as you can. Like right now I'm trying to line up these reds to work nicely, and it's just not going to work out. So I do it this way instead, where all I need to do is put a yellow underneath that floating one. I probably should have just used that double one to do it there, because I could have lined up some other ones a little bit nicer. Anyways, I made sure to get rid of that red one real quick before those two keys got in the way. And we just have this one remaining coin up here, and then everything else will be unlocked. So hitting that, now everything is moved down and you don't need to worry about the top anymore. Most of the time you would already have a lot of this bottom section unlocked, but I happen to not do that. So it's kind of an awkward situation right now. It's a little claustrophobic, but I just need to hit a few things in here. I will waste a few capsules doing so, but just getting a few things done, then I can actually start hitting things a lot easier. So now I got those yellows, that single yellow out of the way, I can hit this blues over here, which will allow me to hit this red and hit this coin, which will allow the key to fall, which if I hadn't gotten rid of the coin before, or if I hadn't gotten the caged coin out of the cage, then getting rid of that red one would have been counterintuitive, and I would have had to either wait or would have had to build back up to it later. And here, if you can get all these yellows lined up at the same time, it's nice. I missed my shot on that yellow one, but I do have a rainbow capsule to use anyways. And then I just have this final blue virus to clear. Now I could do it on that one side, but I do want to hit the coin as well. So doing that, all I have left is this yellow one, which will take a little bit of work. And if they don't give me, 5 yellow capsules, I basically just lose. But I could also just try to rely on getting King Boo's skill one more time as well. And I had a good amount of capsules remaining. I always got 3 stars on this one, I just wasn't able to clear it. So you shouldn't have a problem with the score. But that was all the levels for this one, and the next level should be coming out pretty quickly after this one. So I hope you're excited for that, and if you need any help, hopefully I've been able to help you, or I will be able to help you in this next video if you're having trouble with those levels. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you enjoyed my showcase of King Boo. I'm happy that I was able to use him for all 5 stages as well. It's not something that always happens, so it's nice. But anyways, I'll see you then. Goodbye.